This has been a great meeting. Been a great meeting so far. We're so glad to be part of it, and we thank all of you who joined us today. So continue to invite your friends. We're going to have an awesome year. It's because of people like you who support us throughout the year. So I thank you once again to all the winners we just had. Thank you to tell us about that, Arnie, who's going to win. And with all that being said, I enjoy it. And if you have any questions on how to become a member of this club, or a friend wants to become a member, you know who to call. It's not Ghostbusters. So you know who to call. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. And very similar, if you have not had your coffee to toast anyone yet today, make sure you do so. Been great speakers from Jamina and Artie. We know general evaluation all goes there. So Arnelia.
Thank you very much. Back over to you, our president, Joseph Skoda.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much, everyone. So this is the end of the meeting. I really enjoy. And we just have our general evaluator giving the evaluation. And I hope all of you are having fun for all this meeting. So with that, thank you very much, Arnie, for your general evaluation. You are mute, Arnie.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. I have accent, so I don't want to trouble you all with my accent. I will share my written evaluation. I will start with my team. Grammarian and counters. Farhas, wonderful detailed observation of grammar and filler words. I would suggest give tips how to reduce filler words. Timer, good idea starting with times up. You can use my suggestion, you can use the raise hand emoji so people can see you more clearer. People can see you clearer. Table topic master, Twyla, engaging session, interesting questions. I love your head, Twyla, you have nice head. And oh yes, use the right hand direction, sorry. Toastmaster of the meeting, lead the meeting successfully. So I think you fell asleep in between the session. I would suggest you to drink some coffee so we can stay up because it's quite late at your end. Speakers, inspiring speeches. Love Ardi's comical expression. Ardi is wonderful. Your expression is amazing always. And I like the quote from Jamina. Wong Riven Oi. I mean, you never know. And evaluators, you are wonderful. You use sandwich method. And suggestion, you overtime. Please pay more attention to the timer screen. And hidden gem for today, Janet Fuchek. I would like to visit your garden someday. All in all, this has been an interesting reverse meeting. We start on time. I like that. Keep the good work. Safe and sound flight, no turbulence, and keep yourself confused. Thank you. Back to you.
I think GE, you need to invite your grammarian, timer, and evaluator because this is your session.
Eliza, you're mute.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, GE, I think this is your session because you need to call your grammarian, accountant, timer, report, evaluator. Yeah, it's your session, GE.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. I would like to call my team. Start with grammarian and accountant, please. Farhas Farouk.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. And now it's time for my grammarian's report. As you can see, my word of the day is forward. You will have to struggle a bit to read it, but it's forward. But I must say, for some reason, both the prepared speakers did not use the word forward, but they used the word backward in their speeches. And Toastmaster RD, he used the word backward thrice in his speech. I do not know why. And for Toastmaster Jamina, she used the word backward twice in her speech, which makes me want to say, are these named as Idra and Jamina's name as Animaj, just to get back to them. As for table topics master Twyla, she used the word of the day forward correctly thrice during her session. And Toastmaster Janet, she used the word correctly forward thrice during her session when she was explaining about her garden. The TA Modi, Kim, I must call you Mick, because you also used this word wrong. You said backward 5 times right throughout the meeting. I do not know what is wrong with the people today. Everybody seems to be upside down. As for the R counters report, ladies and gentlemen, there were the regular fillers like burps, yawns, and even the occasional, oh my God. I saw the prepared speaker burping 3 times and yawning twice. The general evaluator would have explained how they could reduce this, but let me maybe try to touch on it, but maybe it might not be useful. As for RD, you have to just increase your comical expressions and that will reduce the tendency to burp maybe. As for Yamina, stop saying, oh my God, so many times, because this speech will turn out to be a prayer session. But in summary, there were amazing speeches and the amount of gap fillers in the other sense was fairly limited. I enjoyed this meeting, and back to you, General Evaluator.
General Evaluator, Arnie.
I'm sorry, everyone. My connection is not really good, so I cannot hear clearly. Thank you, Farhas. Wonderful report. Now I would like to call timer. Toastmaster Katie, please give us your report.
My report, as mentioned, is already over time. It's long overdue. Our evaluator has taken 4 minutes. Please speak within time limit next time you give your evaluation. And our table topic speakers all have qualified except for one, and that is me. So please do not call me for table topics. Prepared speech, Jamina has taken 3 minutes, 7 minutes and 29 seconds. Very well done. Adi taken 7 minutes and 29 seconds and 5. So you are very, 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 very close to 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Please watch out for time the next round. And with that, I'll give the time back to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Katie. Now I would like to call my evaluator. First evaluator. Excuse me. I clicked the wrong file.
Okay.
First evaluator, please.
Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator.
Yes, Toastmaster Ada.
Yes, it's me. Thank you, Jamina, for your speech, your very powerful message. I love how you combine your facial expression, your gesture, and the message was very powerful because it's something that resonates in deeper. For me, it's really, really a good message. Also, I love that you structure your speech very well. However, I have some point about your use of eye contact. You looking most at right. And sometimes I don't understand some gesture. It's so funny, but I think for your speech, you will do sometime a pause and go step by step, but you can get more connection with your audience by sleeping, eating, and speak loud. But what I love most about your presentation was that you had a good summary. And when you compare my country and other about the world, that is a good way. Thank you, because you make me understand the importance of the emotion and our relationship. I am so inspired by your speech, Jamina, especially by the word for it. You was very comfortable, relaxed, and I love this attitude. Thank you for your brilliant speech. I enjoyed your amazing speech. Congratulations, Jamina. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Sorry, everyone. I think our general evaluator is going backwards and she is hiding somewhere. Is it? Our GE is not here, right? Yeah, so since our GE is not here, I will continue with the first evaluator who will evaluate RD. Thank you very much, Tamami. You are mute.
Speech great. Artie. Newbie of story. Your speech is always motivational, inspirational, and colorful. By that I mean I like how you always use and select beautiful words. You're a real poet, Artie. The first impression I have is your honesty and pureness, which come from your eyes when you look straight into the camera. I saw your poster with warmth and confidence and energy. I heard your vocal variety. You spoke softly when you want people to listen carefully. You spoke loudly when you wanted the audience to grab attention and feel the same energy as you have. I loved how you used your metaphors. I felt surprised and yet happy listening to your stories because it related to me. Everyone has time when they were a newbie. Last words, there were only one thing that questioned me, and that was, I don't know if it was a joke when you picked up your iPhone and suddenly started talking in middle of your speech. Usually it is one of a no-no during our public speaking, but because it was so well integrated in your speech, I will take it as a humor, and I'm so much looking forward to your next speech. Thank you. It was great speech.
Thank you, Tamami. Wonderful evaluation. I think that's all from me. My session is now end. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Thank you.
Over to you, Arnie, our general evaluator. Yeah, this is the time for us to listen to our general evaluator. And I'm really excited to listen to all the table topics. And the table topics today is going to be very excited because we are on the backwards. So everybody need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes with the theme of forwards, and our table topic will give the title of your speech, which the 1 to 2 minutes. Because today it's very hard, yeah, this is to talk backwards. Because our meeting today is a backwards, so everyone please remember that please use the words of the day forwards, but if nobody can use, as like what our counter said, nobody use the forwards, but use the backwards. So please remember our table topic, you need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes and our table topic will guess and will give the title of your speech. Thank you very much and over to you, our table topic master, Twyla.
Thank you, Madam Standing In General Evaluator. Well, moving forward and not backwards, I want to call on our first table topics person to give us a speech to which I have not asked the question. So the first speaker who does not know what they're talking about, except that maybe they're moving forward or maybe backwards, will be Nancy. Nancy, tell me how you answered the question I didn't ask you.
Okay, hold on a minute. I'm kind of horizontal today. Let me change my just be nice here and change my background to the appropriate background here, so I can be in the group.
Nancy is really backwards.
Really backwards. Yeah, I'm backwards. All right. So, my thoughts about your question. It's a challenging question. I think I can answer this without too much difficulty. I've spent a lot of time in leadership. I've been in Toastmasters 40 some years. Pat Johnson, who's a past international president, she's been in 43 years. So a little bit longer than I have. She's a little bit younger than I have. John Noonan was in, if I remember right, in that article, 50 years. So I've got a ways to go to beat him. My goal is I'm going to try to make 50. Okay, Twyla, I don't know how old you are, but I'm going to try to make 50. I love Toastmasters. And another magazine, actually it wasn't a magazine, maybe the magazine, maybe a podcast about someone from one of the countries in, I believe it was Africa. And this lady retired from teaching and she taught French and she wanted to keep practicing her French. So she joined a Toastmasters Club when she was 80 years old. Wow. Just so she could practice French. It's not, I don't remember what country it's in. So it's really challenging to maintain a consistency. Those of us who've been in Toastmasters a very, very, very long time, we're still around and we will hang around to support other new Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nancy, for answering the question. What have your years in Toastmasters taught you about retention? What have your years in Toastmasters taught you about retention? Thank you, Nancy. The next question that I haven't asked is for Alan. Alan, would you answer the question that I haven't asked?
This is swell. Alan Needler speaking to you from the great nation of Canada. I'm going to talk about my speech topics that I have used over the decade of Toastmasters. Lately, people seem to think all my speeches are about kittens because, of course, kittens are fun and popular with the audience. I really enjoy kittens. We had a kitten that my first wife despised. How could she hate a little ball of black fur? Well, the cat would always take my side in any argument. We could always, how could you know which side of an argument a cat is on? Simple. We could ask him. We could say, Bobo, what shall we do today? Shall we do Alan's brilliant idea or Leslie's stupid idea? And then he would meow his answer. He would say, Ellen, Ellen, Ellen. So certainly the cat was with me from the very beginning. My ex-wife hated Bobo. Other speech topics, I can talk about my now 5 grandchildren. They're always a speech away. My 3 children, of course, they are not immune from Toastmasters. And always, always, I have a good basketball speech ready. Often, our area contests are in the middle of a basketball tournament. I grew tired of changing from my basketball gear to my speaking gear in the car, or vice versa. So now I just often speak in my basketball gear. I am the basketball guy. There. I think I've given every topic that I've ever given. Oh, and if I want to bore you, I talk about computing. Computing, people think it's really interesting until they find out how boring it is. Miss Madam, table topics?
Thank you,
Have
thank
I
you, thank you.
reversed and
Alan.
gone overtime? It wouldn't
don't know.
be if I didn't.
Well, thank you for answering my question. My question, Alan, you answered it magnificently. I asked you, can you ever speak on a topic other than kittens? And I think you fulfilled that obligation. Thank you for not speaking totally about kittens, Alan. My next question is for Yania.
Atul,
Yes.
Atul is raising his hand.
Atul, well, I had him on my list here. He was just about to be called. Atul, would you answer my question that I haven't asked yet?
Atul, Atul.
Beg your pardon. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Yes, I'll answer a question you didn't ask, and that is about my life. You know, I am 60 years old, and I am a child in front of you, Twyla. And you know, the Toastmasters have made a lot of difference in my life. I remember my childhood when I was not good in speaking English, or I was shy, though British people had left with English education system in our country, but still not everybody gets a chance to go through the convent education. I was studying through vernacular medium, and that is Hindi, the national language of India. But then I realized that if I have to do something, you have to get international connections, you have. So I started learning English, and I did good, though in the initial examinations I did not fare well. When I came to engineering college, there also I did very well. But then, you know, getting good scores alone is not in a platform, and that's how the Toastmaster came into my life. Now I'm very comfortable. I have been a Toastmaster for 20 years. I am able to express my thoughts very comfortably, confidently, which I was not doing long time back. So thank you, Toastmaster, for giving this wonderful platform to all non-native speakers who aspire to have international connections, who want to learn from the international platforms, and that is the question that you have not asked, and I wanted to answer. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Atul, for answering the question I didn't ask. What are the benefits of Toastmasters for the non-English speaking person? Very good answer to my question.
Thank you.
What are the benefits for the non-English speaking person? Thank you, Atul. How much more time do I have, Kathy? Time for one more?
You just started off. We have slots for 3 more.
3 more? Okay. I will ask Krupa this next question after he answers it.
Okay.
So what is the question I didn't ask you?
Okay, hello everyone. This is my first time attending a reverse meeting, and I can tell you all that I'm really enjoying this reverse meeting. For me, everything that comes up is a surprise, as I don't know how this meeting works. So the way it started with language reporter, LE reporters, then general evaluation, timers report. It's a fun to be part of this meeting, and I'm sure that I am going to have this concept in one of my club's chapter meetings soon. I don't know from where this concept came, but whoever came up with this idea, it's a wonderful idea, and it's nice to meet people from different countries on Zoom. So I'm really having a wonderful experience and wonderful time attending this meeting. Thank you all for giving me an opportunity to be part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And your question was, as a visitor to our club, what is your impression of our club? And you just gave us a wonderful testimonial to your experience today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And my next question will go to Uniati. Uniati, please answer the question I haven't asked you yet.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. What the last time you try something new? Aha! Just recently, I had a tasty dinner today with my friend. And for drink, my friend convinced me to drink dragon fruit ghost. Huh, what is that? She said, it's a beer you need. Do you drink beer? No, I don't. Try it. Taste it. I taste. It's a pink colored drink. Look lovely. Then I taste. Is it really beer? It tastes like a fruit juice. Okay, get me one. And when they served me, I asked, are you sure I'm not going to be drunk? No, just drink it. So I did. You don't drive, do you? No, I just ride. I just take a bus. Then fine. You can take 2 cups. No way. And I had my first beer in my entire life. And it's not a high, the high alcohol in it. It's just a dragon fruit beer. And I'm not disappointed. So yummy, tasty, and tastes like a dragon fruit juice. So, dear friend, how about you? When the last time you try something new? Share about it to me. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you answered my question wonderfully, because my question was, Toastmasters is always wanting us to move forward and accept new challenges. And what was something new that you recently tried? And that was the question I asked you. And I'm going to try your beer too. My next question will go to Rajesh. Rajesh, please answer the question I haven't asked you yet. Rajesh?
You're mute.
Thank you, Twila. True to the theme of the meeting, let me go back in time. How I joined Toastmasters. I was in a seminar. I was asked to introduce myself, holding my mic for the first time in my life. I was just trying to answer for nearly 10 seconds, not even a single word I spoke. Having lost the patience, the next speaker just grabbed the phone. Then I decided, hey guy, you need to do something about your public speaking skill. Then I bought a VCD. You know, those days you had that little disc which has the motivational speaker trying to do some training, and I bought that. And then I put in the laptop, a pretty girl appeared in front of me and then trying to teach. And I was watching it at home, and my wife was breathing fire over my neck. Are you really watching the motivational speak or the girl? So I had to quit that option. Then immediately I went and then signed up for a seminar. And then I went to the seminar, and it was a nice hotel, and the motivational speaker came and then did all the training. And the food was fabulous. And after eating the food, and then I fell asleep. And I could not focus on anything on the speaker was or the trainer was saying. So I had to abandon that option. I was thinking what to do about my public speaking skill, or even to build up my confidence while speaking. And then one of my friends say, hey, have you heard about Toastmasters? And that's why I just went to the Toastmasters Club. And the first meeting, I was given a table topic like this, exactly how Twila has given me. For nearly 20 seconds, I was just blank. 30 pairs of eyes were looking at me, and I was speechless. So that's how I started. And it was an exhilarating experience. That was back about 10 years ago. So it's been truly a fantastic experience in Toastmasters. This is my experience back then. Thank you, Twila. Back to you.
Thank you. Well, my question was one that is very often asked all of us. Why did you join Toastmasters? And you definitely told us why you joined Toastmasters. Very good job. My next question is for Janet. Janet.
Twila,
Yes.
Yusra is raise her hand.
I can't see it on my screen on my phone. Who did?
Yeah, Yusra.
Okay, Yusra. Okay, very good.
Should I speak now?
Yes.
Okay, just now when I entered, I have no idea what is this meeting about. Eliza told me that this meeting will start at 10 p.m. at my place. So I just joined in 10 minutes late because I'm trying to stop my nephew from killing my sister. So I come in 10 minutes late. So I don't know what's going on. How come the meeting starts at this time and it's already evaluation session? I make a mental note to kill Eliza after this because she gave me the wrong time. And then finally, I get to understand what is this meeting all about. And I feel like, who in the world give this idea? I need to meet that man or woman and teach me how to be awesome like her or him. And I get to know also that this is not the first time you guys are conducting this out of the world meeting. So I would like to join one more time after this if I got the chance. And I don't know anyone else here, but I feel that this particular meeting has opened a new perspective about Toastmasters. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, the question was, when was the last time a friend gave you advice that you wanted to kill her for giving you? When was the last time a friend gave you advice you wanted to kill her for telling you? Watch out, Eliza. Okay, one more then, and I will ask Janet. Janet, what is the answer to the question I gave you?
World Travelers Club is the leading edge club in the Toastmaster world. As you noticed, we have many innovative ideas We have a backward meeting today, in fact. I recall that we had a Pokemon type of meeting. We've had leaders from around the world share their insights. World Travelers Club has hosted many top-level speakers, and we've prepared our speakers in the club for the world stage. We have members from, I believe, 18 countries, perhaps even more now. We're very forward-thinking. We always have club officers on the roster. No need to strong-arm them into taking on a position. There is so much enthusiasm in this club. It's such a delight to be part of this club. And I wear my magnet proudly on my fridge with all of the founding charter members that remind me of the excellence in this club. Now, I do hope to visit the site of the club one day, Singapore, and meet the members there in person, and also travel to each of the countries represented by our charter members. Won't you decide to be a member today? Sign on the dotted line. You will not regret it. It will be the most forward-thinking thing that you have done in your life. We have such lovely members and strong leadership. I'm looking at this cast of people in the room today, and I'm wondering which one of us will be the next Toastmaster International president. Will it be someone from California, India, the Philippines, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Malaysia, USA, Canada, somewhere in Africa? Who knows? Who will be our next TI president? But you can't go wrong with any one of us in the room. And later in the meeting, I will share about my garden and tell you that that's also a neat feature of our meetings, where we can tell everyone about our lifestyles in our country, talk about our gardens, talk about what we like to eat, the places we like to visit. So World Travelers Club rocks. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Janet. When I asked you to give a model elevator speech, I didn't expect such a wonderful one, but thank goodness we recorded this, because now our PR vice president can use this elevator speech to promote World Travelers Club. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster. Backwards to you, because I'm going to go forward with the rest of the meeting.
Over to you, Twyla, for our table topic. Please give a round of applause to our table topic master, Twyla. So now we are going to go for our table topics, and people that want to give a speech or volunteer for table topics, please put your name on the chat and Twyla will call for you. So thank you very much. Our second speaker, Jamina Yap, is a very great speech I ever listened from you. It's really make me listen and make me really feel that you are a great speaker now. You really improve a lot. And it's a very nice to hear from you. So with that, Jamina, your speech.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Nah, that's just a content to get more views. Why would he post that video on the social media if it wasn't? I mean, we are taught when we give with our right hand, our left hand shouldn't know about it, aren't we? Dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, this is what I have in mind when I see someone posted about his good deeds online. So in Indonesia, we have this saying, there is a shrimp behind the rock, which means a hidden agenda behind someone's action. So this is how I label those kind of people. I said they have shrimps behind the rock. That means I question their genuine intention. Until one day I see a man. He came to our church to preach. He has such lovable features. By lovable, I mean smiley face, then chubby, plumpy, very funny. He threw a lot of jokes. And then when he moved forward, drove off and backward, he's so funny. I can tell that he is such a lovable person and very approachable. And apparently, he has started this movement that serves children. What I mean by serving children is, so he and his team go to different places to do storytelling. Let me share you some of the pictures of him. Okay, sorry. Kind of lost it. Never mind, I lost the picture. So he's such an approachable person. Okay, my screen is squeezed. Oh, shit. Just a second. Sorry about that. Okay. Should I continue without me on the screen? Sorry about this. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Let me continue without my picture on the screen. Then, okay. Apparently, this man started a movement that serves children. So they go to different places to read stories, to cheer the children up with clown performances, provide consultation and parenting sessions, basically events for children. And I said, oh, that's why I see him as such an approachable person. I thought to myself. So this man is actually a bivocational pastor, meaning he does outside job besides being a pastor. And he has such a quite successful business. His business can sell thousands of chicken per day. Oh my God. He doesn't post too much about his business, in fact, but his feeds are filled with his social work. So he and his team does these TikTok videos of when they feeding the neighborhood during COVID, and they posted videos about they share fried chicken omelette wrapped in boxes, paper wraps, when they give away shoes to the poor children, all of this kind of social work stuff. So let me remind you that I have very positive impression about this guy, right? But when he shared about how they share TikTok videos of their doing good, meaning they shared about their good deeds online, I suddenly asked myself, why would he do that? Why would he tarnish his good deeds with this promotional act? I immediately judged him Oh my God. This is one of human tendencies, right? We are so quick to judge, but we are slower in giving appreciation, aren't we? Come on, admit it. Then he continued his story. He said, you know, because of our TikTok videos, words about our movement of feeding the needy spread everywhere. Out of nowhere, donations started to come from strangers. People from different religions, cultural background, sent tons of rice, donated a lot of money to support what they are doing. You see, that promotional act, quoted, ends up feeding more tummies. This man whom I question his genuine intention has brought a massive impact to humanity. While I, on behalf of those judgmental people everywhere, sits on the couch, surfing internet, and do nothing. Who should be judged now? From that moment on, I repented. I tell myself, never, ever judge a book by its cover. Anything essential can be invincible to our eyes. So what if it's just content? It won't hurt us to be inspired by that content. We can at least learn something from them. So every time when I'm in a situation that triggers me to make unfavorable assumption over something or someone, I will tell myself and say, you never know. Or should I say, no, never you. Instead, learn something from it and be a person out of it. Back to you, Madam Toastmasters of the day.
Jamina Yap. No, never you. No, never you. Jamina Yap. So we are going to our second speaker that's going to give us a prepared speech for her project. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. And thank you very much, Ardi, for a very great speech. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sleepy. It's very late here. Yeah, because it's backward here, so I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, Ardi, I'm so sorry. I'm sleepy because of not your speech. I just really, really sleepy today. I don't know. Maybe I'm still recovering from my sick. Yeah, but it's a very great speech, Ardi. I really listen it, enjoying, and your voice. And yeah, but today you have a lot of disturbance in your side. You have an iPhone calling, and yeah, it's a little bit disturbed. But we enjoy your. I believe that everyone enjoy your speech. So now, thank you very much, Ardi, for your speech.
Please introduce me.
Backwards.
Of course. New BRD feels creepy. In Toastmasters, he's feeling weepy, but he knows he's not alone. He'll learn and grow on his own. He'll practice and he'll speak, and soon he'll reach his peak. Toastmasters will be his friend, and his fears will come to an end. My fellow Toastmasters and friends, that is RD today, not the RD newbie years ago when he was so afraid of the unknown of Toastmasters. Yes, you've heard it right. I'm a writer. I can write anything. Creative writing, speech writing, name it. I write speeches of the corporate executives. But my fear of the stage, speaking in a large crowd, just like this, even in Zoom, it gives me chills. It kills me inside. I could not even say the first word. Just think about this. Everyone joined Toastmasters to improve their speaking skills. I did. That is to overcome my fear of public speaking and its chills. Can you imagine that I signed up for my first speech project with enthusiasm, but soon I realized it wasn't as easy as I thought. When I was entering the meeting room where seasoned Toastmasters were gathered, my friend said, "Come inside, RD. It's exciting." You know what I did? I didn't go inside. I stepped backwards. Instead of moving forward and facing my fears, I said, "No, John, I'm not ready. I feel dizzy. I made a lot of excuses. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I'm not well." And he said, "Okay, I understand." So that first attempt of joining Toastmasters meeting was unsuccessful for the part of those Toastmasters who invited me during that time. Second attempt, they told me after the meeting that, "RD, you can do it. Just take that first step forward and believe in yourself. You're a good writer. If you convey that message through speaking what you write, wow, that will be a perfect platform." So I told myself, yes, I already give it a try. But the moment again, as I was stepping inside the meeting room, I again took that step backwards. But my friend did not accept my excuses this time. He said, "You have to give it a try or you'll regret it." So I went inside the room and all eyes were on me. They said, "RD, welcome." They were so welcoming. I didn't know that Toastmasters are so welcoming and so friendly. But of course, with the $60 fee nowadays, they should be welcoming, right? It's no longer $40. It's plus 20, $60. They should really be welcoming. Otherwise, I will not pursue my Toastmasters journey. So I had to choose a topic at the table topics. I was so afraid because I realized there was a timer, like Kathy. I still didn't speak, and then I can already see her smiling, and I can see that her timer's card is already green. I froze. I said, "What the heck?" And so I was saved by, just a minute. Hello? The meeting. Actually, it wasn't a call from my family. I'm so sorry, but I just called someone to help me. I just made an excuse that it was a call from a family. But then there were a lot of people inside, and I told them that I don't want to disappoint them, especially my friend. So I answered the question, what are your dreams, RD, and how would you like to pursue it? And I told them about conquering my fear of public speaking. And that started it all. I never looked back from then on because it just takes a step forward for you to conquer that fear. And would you believe that I already spoke a lot of speeches in front of a lot of people. And today, I'm so grateful with the friends that I made, friends that are family to me right now, like Eliza and the one with that green card, Kathy, and Twyla in California. You have Joseph, you have Arnie, you have Atul, and the people smiling at this platform right now, cheering me that newbie RD will never feel creepy and will never feel weepy again. Instead, that newbie RD is the RD who will stay here, willing to give forward and pay it forward to the people who needs it. My Toastmasters journey, the newbie RD, Toastmaster.
Gerardo RD Flores, newbie, a off story ending, never the. Newbie, a off story ending, never the, Gerardo RD Flores. So let's call the first speaker. Our first speaker is somebody that a finalist of international speech in District 20 and District 79. He was doing his speech all around the world, and he also one of our nurse, undercover nurse, but he is actually really a nurse. So let me call our first speaker. Thank you very much. And now it's the time for this first segment, which is prepared speech. We have two speakers today, a very great speakers that World Travelers have. Thank you very much, Janet, for a very amazing GEM of World Travelers. So it's very hard to hear from Janet. Janet is actually all the way from Canada, and World Travelers have a platform which is our WhatsApp, and Janet wasn't there. So every time we have a chit chat, Janet will not be there. But Janet always a person that willing to help in any ways. And she always come on the spot and will knock the email everyone, when is the meeting, and she never missed the meeting. Thank you very much, Janet, for your contribution towards World Travelers. Your speech, Janet. This is still backwards, yeah.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Canada is known as a very icy, cold country. But did you know that in my backyard, despite these icy conditions, for 3 months of the year, June, July, and August, I am able to have the most fabulous garden that rivals the Singapore Botanic Gardens. I even have my own bandstand that's modeled on the Singaporean model. I have beautiful shelter, very beautiful white sheltered type area like the bandstand in Singapore in one corner, the left corner of my backyard. And I have a nice bridge going over the pond that I have with goldfish swimming in the pond, rocks, like a nice little rock garden, a Zen style garden inspired by the Japanese style when I visited that country. And then we have a touch of Canada there. I've got some maple trees in the backyard, and in March I can tap them for maple syrup. So we have the best of all different worlds. Now I'm hoping for some of your ideas from around the world that I can add to this garden. I have beautiful tulips reminiscent of Holland. Lovely begonias, pansies, daisies. I just love gardening, and I speak to my flowers, giving them love, letting them grow. And with all the rain that we have here, my garden just flourishes. It's the most forward-thinking type of garden on the block. And I consider myself to be a forward-thinking person in my gardening approach. So more to come, everyone, at the next meeting of how I can tell you about the progress in my garden on all of the beautiful features. Raise your hand if you would like to visit my garden in Canada. Maybe you could bring a special plant planted in my backyard. We have a garden tour in Thunder Bay. I'm from Thunder Bay, Ontario, right on Lake Superior. And people pay money and that goes to a charity, and they go to different gardens around the city. Now they come to my garden. I like to give back in the way of giving back to charities. And they come and they just walk around the pond. They can sit and read books. We have different wildlife coming into my backyard. Deer. They paved the way forward for the other animals. I have kittens coming. I have bald eagles, owls, bears even, you name it. And I feel like I'm like Snow White, just sitting there, talking to the animals, like the animal whisperer, talking to my plants. Now, yes, my neighbors do think this might be a little bizarre, but I tell them, read up on the Singapore Botanic Gardens and you'll see this is a world-renowned garden in the world, and I'm modeling our garden, my garden on that. And I'm raising money for charity. So nosy neighbors, you know, maybe you can start your own garden and do the same thing. I'm so happy to be here today to be able to share about my lovely garden with you. And I do hope you all will come visit. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster. Now, this garden is all in my dreams, but one day it'll come to fruition.
And now is the time for us to invite our GEM of World Travelers. For now, during our AOG, if you don't know about AOG is aircraft on the ground, where all the world travelers will give all the speakers and all the role holders only for World Travelers members. And we add one segment, which is GEM of the World Travelers, where each individual of the World Travelers will give their speech about anything they like. And for tonight, we have our member all the way from Canada, Janet Fuchek, Distinguished Toastmaster. And just for information, Janet has been very long Toastmaster, and she decided to join World Travelers as a charter member because she wants to learn from people around the world. So please give a big round of applause to our Janet Fuchek. Thank you very much. And before I go to our prepared speech and GEM of World of Travelers, let me introduce our timer for today. Our timer for today is Distinguished Toastmaster Kathy. And if you all don't know that she is going to Bahamas and she is the floor candidate for International Director. So I hope that everyone will send a little wish and pray for her. Make sure that she will. Woo! So let's call our timer, Kathy Do.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. As I've shared just now on the timing sequence, let me repeat once more in case you missed it out. At 7 minutes for prepared speech, at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, there will be a time's up, and 7 minutes will be a red, 6 minutes will be a yellow, 5 minutes will be a green, and we'll keep on until you are starting your speech. For table topics, at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it'll be time's up, 2 minutes red, 1 minute and 30 seconds yellow, 1 minute yellow, and 1 minute green, and at start will be timer's card. For evaluation speech, the timing sequence is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you will see the timer's up, time's up, 2 minutes is red. What? See, I'm confused. And that is why I forgot to raise my hand. Thank you very much.
Very much, Kathy. A very good evening, everyone. Welcome to World Travelers Toastmasters Club for our AOG meeting. And for today's meeting is reverse meeting, where we are going to go upside down. Just for your information, we will try to have a fun meeting every time we have an AOG. Why? Because we want to make sure that we, all the member of World Travelers, will experience something new. Not only a normal meeting, but sometimes it's great to be in the abnormal and out of the box. So all of you will be more charming, all of you learn more, learn something new. And this is I believe that will create more creativity in your side. And especially for me today, because I just become the TMOD 15 minutes before the meeting because the real TMOD suddenly sick. Oh my God, this is a very scary one. But I'm very happy to have a few faces that I see. We have many of area directors today. We have our area directors, A2 Rajesh, our own World Travelers area directors. We have our member Twyla F, the F1, AD, and also Rafael from Mexico, F2. So we have F1, F2. Who is the F4, F3? Yeah. It's great to see everyone. And we also have our friend all the way from Toast of the Coast that we are going to visit them next meeting. She is the president, Ellen. Welcome to World Travelers. And to all everyone, welcome to World Travelers. Senoj Werner. Oh my God, it's very hard to call everyone's name today. Yeah, welcome to World Travelers. And let's have a great meeting because I believe that all the members is already prepared to have a backwards meeting. And they already start to change their name from Farhas to become Zahra. Oh my God, cis man become a woman. Oh, we are going to have an excited meeting today, and with all the speakers. So with that, stay tuned and let's have a great meeting today. Thank you very much, our President Joseph Skoda.
All right, everyone. Hey, it's going to be a great meeting. I want to welcome you. Today is August 12th, 2023. At least it is in America. I don't know what time it is where you're at. Well, what I love about this club is we have 14, 15, 16, sometimes 18, 20 countries represented in our meetings. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. Every month we have a aircraft on the ground, which is one of these meetings. And then a couple of weeks later, we go visit a different country. That's how we get to know the different culture, different personalities, different ups and downs. And it's really exciting how we get to make new friends around the world because of this club, World Travelers Toastmasters Club. It's in Singapore, even though I'm in California, and that's all right because we're so unique. We can have officers, and we do. We have officers represented here from all kinds of different countries. So if you're a guest for the first time, thank you. We want to welcome you, have a friendly face, and we know that our tuitional dues are going to go up in another month. So we're going to give you the best experience possible. If you have not signed up for the International Convention in the Bahamas yet, please do so now. Even if you can't be there in person, please do it virtually. It's really inexpensive, and a lot of people put their money together, buy pizzas and drinks, and watch it on the big screen wherever they are at home. So make sure you get the best you can, not just out of this club, but out of Toastmasters in general. We promise you a fun meeting. We do have a special speakers, and I encourage you to use our World Travelers background. If you don't have it yet, please get with us and we'll put it in the chat box. But I love Uni's background with the heart. Isn't that pretty exciting? I hope she can share that with us sometimes through the meeting. We can utilize that sometimes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. If you have something you want to share with us, please do. If you have an idea that can make our club even more exciting, please let us know. And whatever it is, World Travelers Toastmasters Club's rock. And it's because of people like you is why I get up in the morning. I get up in the morning because I like coffee. But anyways, I like to talk. I like to learn. I like to listen. And thank you once again for joining us. And if you do need to know how to become a member, it's any of us out there because we'd love to have you. And like I said, your smiling faces. Even Artie, you got that. Artie's got that smiling face. So whatever it is, it's going to be great. And as our Sergeant Arms has been saying, be careful going home. Sergeant Arms.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Welcome, welcome to World Travelers Toastmasters. I'm Tamami Nagayama, your crew Sergeant Arms. Today we have our aircraft on the ground. Our flight itinerary is somehow reversed. But let's avoid any distraction from this confusion and have fun because we are professional speakers. Our magical meeting will take about 1.5 hours. For all the attendees, please mute yourself when you're not speaking, but be sure to turn on your camera if you're okay, because we're recording this meeting. Our journey is to make sure that we follow the mission of a Toastmasters Club, which is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. Let me call our president of World Travelers Toastmasters Club to welcome everyone. He is past District 33 Director, the happiest man on the earth, just been married to a beautiful woman who he has met at Toastmasters. Congratulations. And over to you, our President Joseph Skoda.
Announcing the arrival of World Travelers Toastmasters Club number 079679399.
We have proven that we do not have to be in the same room to be united, to encourage each other, to succeed, and to celebrate together.
I love that video every time we see it, every time I see it. That's one thing that makes us very unique from the rest of the world. And I just love and so happy to be one of the charter members of this club. This was a reverse meeting. Reverse meetings are hard. As we all know, there's no perfect way to do it, but it puts us a step above most Toastmasters clubs because we're really stretching ourselves to try and grow. And I love how tools are in a car driving. You're doing tabletop and when you drive and hit a bump, your phone goes on mute. You mute yourself again. It kind of happens, but that's what's exciting about what we do. And I just love that opportunity. Earlier in this meeting, Janet shared with us that her father's in the hospital and not doing so well. So please keep her father in your prayers. And my brother just had a pacemaker put in because he has a heart problem a couple of days ago. So please keep him in your prayers. I know a lot of us have sicknesses and illnesses in our own families. And it's real important that we pray for one another. If nothing else, text or email and say we're thinking of you. It's kind of a big deal. We are one big happy family, and some days we're happier than others. Of course, that's just life in general. But thank all of you for participating in back door meeting. Not really back door, but I believe we're going close to the coast now. So tell us a little bit about your club and what we're going to look forward to.
Well, thank you, Joseph. We like to believe that Toast of the Coast is what Toastmasters is about. We also, as the president of this club, I believe that we can learn something from World Travelers Toastmasters. Toastmasters really only works when members and clubs show initiative and strive to improve. And I believe that our club has become somewhat complacent and are not really striving for that. I have my ideas about what would work with the club, and perhaps when you visit, you will get an idea of our strengths and what we might improve at. At our meeting, we've been invited to make a presentation about our club and our district and our region of the country, of Canada. And we also have 3 states that are members of our district. We straddle the border in that sense. And there's always a little differential there. There was a matter of a war between our countries. One